Check, 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 check.
Am I still good? I'm assuming I'm
Go
still
ahead
good.
and do one of those numbers there. There we go. All
I love those numbers.
Those are good numbers. Are they primary numbers or?
right. Some of them are,
Okay.
not all of them.
All right. Is one a 7?
Roll the intro.
Oh, all right.
I didn't know I was going to continue off of that.
Oh, I see. So you just cut me
What?
off with that.
Easy out.
Exactly. God, excuses.
What a cheater.
I know.
I wish I was the host.
Well, then you say it, Riley.
Roll the intro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Bitcade. First off, before we do anything else, stop. I just realized, when am I going to know I'm in frame?
You're not.
There we go. I was. Oh, God.
You dropped something.
I did. My dig.
Everything's falling apart.
You guys run a pretty loose operation, I gotta say.
That's
We
not the
try
only
to.
thing that's loose. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bitcade. This is episode 14. My name is Ryan E. Moore. That over there is David.
Yep.
But we have a very special guest. This is the first time that we've had someone in the ever-rotating
handsome
third
boy?
chair.
Oh.
Oh, well, thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I thought,
I won't disagree with that statement.
I mean, whoa, okay, all right. There you
They
go.
might have a little thing at
There's
work
some fan
going.
fiction going on right there right now.
Uh-huh.
We let the beards intertwine.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is Riley.
Yeah, that's me.
I've known you actually in high school.
High school, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
then
had no idea.
coincidentally,
We ended up working at the same
yeah,
place.
yeah, at the same place.
Yeah. And then he quit the job because he saw that I worked there.
Yeah, it was the man bun thing that was
Oh my God.
intimidating,
Mhm.
and I was like, I can't do that.
Can't do it.
And
You
I
didn't
can't
like that I
compete.
always winked at you and I would like lean over the
Exact, dude.
tables and stuff.
I will
and
tell you, every time we were scheduled to work in like the electronics area, we got almost no work done. So, like,
It's all your fault.
I
I was
honestly,
like,
I
"Dude,
can't
we
control
should really
myself.
Be working like this is bad. Like, I just love working.
But this is the reason why we brought Riley on, because he is a hilarious guy,
Oh, wow.
and it's really cool.
Big
that you're-
shoes to fill.
Yeah, wait.
You're like bigging me up way too much. I was expecting shit, and I'm just like,
Setting up the bar here.
You're like, man, this is a great dude. I'm just coming to be like, well.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
State
so I
of the
played
Union, dude.
Pokemon one day. But yeah.
That's a lie. I didn't.
But we have got we've got some topics. We're going to talk about video game delays. We're also going to talk about some competitive gaming. We're also talking about free games
And or cheap.
for everyone. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
free games are
So,
So you
cheap
mean like the
things
games that are
that.
like 99 cents forever?
Exactly.
They're always on sale.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically. Yeah.
Get it while it's hot.
So let's start with our first topic. Let's do it. The first topic is video game delays. As of recent, we've gotten we've mentioned we will talk about this in another episode
A lot.
several times.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen to the old Bitcade episodes, we all say, yeah, we'll talk about this later.
Would you say
This is
that
later.
you delayed the conversation?
Exactly, exactly. This is why he's here. He's got the witty
The
comebacks.
boys
This is
quit.
what's happening.
I got you.
So we are, So this is we're going to talk about some video game delays, how we kind of feel about them, and kind of go with that. So right now, one of the big games that just got delayed was Red Dead Redemption 2. It was going to come out in the springtime, which was March, April, May, and then just got shoved over into October, which was expected that because we hadn't seen any trailer, any gameplay footage. Well, we saw one trailer, but like that was really not too much there. And I mean GTA got delayed too, so it was like we were waiting for the one push. And then, not to mention, like, games like Far Cry 5 got pushed, or Far 5? 6? Which one is this one?
5.
17, that one. That one got pushed too, but just 1 month in its advance. So, but I was just curious of what you guys kind of feel about the video game delays. If you think it's a good thing, or if you're like, no, I want my game now. You need to know when your game's coming out. You need it out.
I feel like I am a patient person. I feel like I waited like 6 years for a sequel to Mirror's Edge or something like that. So, now that game didn't quite turn out like I was hoping it would, but like I think for me personally, when it comes to a game being delayed, it depends on the reasons and the company who is delaying it. I trust Rockstar. Like I trust Rockstar. I don't trust like EA.
No.
Usually when EA delays a game, it's probably because there's something.
Now, did you
something's
hear
going
about?
on.
Do you hear about Anthem getting pushed?
Yeah.
So, like,
Already.
yeah,
I was
because
like,
they were like Red Dead. It was weird because like Red Dead came out and said no, we're coming out in October, and then all of a sudden Anthem's like, yeah, 2019 seems
Mhm.
about right. Like it was just
Mhm.
like waited on it.
yeah, and I don't even know how I feel. I don't know. Like I'm starting when that game was announced. You guys can even test this. 'Cause I was talking to you guys about it at work. I was hyped for this game, and now I'm not all that hyped anymore.
Oh really?
I've
Okay.
just with all the stuff EA's done,
Yeah.
and now kind of what this is. I feel like what they did with like Battlefront 2. I'm not gonna get into it, but because we all know, by at this point. But I just feel like
Yeah.
that's just gonna happen.
Star Wars Battlefront with the,
Yeah,
the
the
loot
whole
boxes.
box, yes.
I got you.
I feel
Of
like
course I know.
yeah.
I'm him.
I feel like if you are watching us, you're up to date with like what is going on
Yeah.
with Battlefront 2
Right.
and and I'm kind of feeling like the only reason why I have any hope for this game is because it's proper BioWare.
Yeah.
You know, but I've heard that they've lost a couple people from their team. I don't remember
The
which
BioWare
ones.
team?
Yeah.
Well, I know that the people that made like Andromeda got kind of
Well, they got canned.
axed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they lost a few people there.
Well,
but
I mean, like I can't remember the guy's name or his position, but like somebody who's been with BioWare for like decades,
Mhm.
who's been like a big part of the main BioWare team. I think he was like one of the leads for the Mass Effect series. He just jumped ship, and then the game was delayed, and then
I thought he came back. I thought the guy that made,
no,
okay,
I think you're
yeah.
thinking of somebody else.
Okay.
I know who you're thinking of, and
Shut up, you're wrong.
I don't know the name off the top of my head,
I like how
But,
we have a translator now. Like
yeah.
when something needs to be like vulgarly like interpreted.
I'm right. Don't question my authority.
But yeah, I'd like it all depends on the circumstances around the delay.
Yeah.
For me, because like I said, with Red Dead, I'm not worried about it. With Anthem, yeah, I am worried about it because, I don't know. I keep losing. I'm starting to like my hype level for that game since it was revealed at E3 it's probably less than half of what it was.
What about you,
So-
Riley? Like you're a fighting game enthusiast.
Yeah.
And some fighting games have been delayed in the past.
Yeah.
So like how do you feel with like that whole situation of are you okay with it being delayed? Would you rather them just take their time with it, or are you kind of like no, you need to figure this out?
It's just like a catch-all thing. No matter what, I would rather them delay the game
Mhm.
because I'm a believer in like the mentality where it's like you rush a game out and you can never wash off the stank of
Yeah.
a bad release.
Oh, I mean, like No Man's Sky it launched
Yeah,
horribly, and
yeah,
it was
it's
like,
like a
whoa,
yeah,
hold
it's like
on.
a
It's a
completely different
different game
game
now.
now.
but like
yeah.
it's too late. Damage
Yeah.
has been done. So like
Mhm.
I feel like you should always take your time. Like even if they delay it for like, I mean I'm not saying forever, but I mean like delay it for like years and years. So be it. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what happened with what's that? The Shadow of the Colossus guys. They made another game. What was that called? Last Guardian.
Oh.
Oh, Last
Yeah.
Guardian.
Yeah, that was like a PlayStation 2 game, and then it was like, all right, well, PlayStation 3. All right, a PlayStation 4 game. Like,
Yeah,
and then it.
Mm-hmm.
That had
Yeah.
to be a drain on their expenses, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because like I'd imagine they'd had to remake everything for each generation. And
Probably,
it's
yeah.
just like, well, now we're
Dang it!
So maybe the PlayStation 4 release wasn't so much as money. They're just
Mhm.
like, oh well, there's no more money.
Yeah, we have to get
Now or
something out
never.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you guys, and I don't really know anyone that's ever come up and said like, no, once you say your day, you need to come out on this day. But it's like, when a game gets delayed, for example, like I backed this this Kickstarter game.
Mighty Number 9.
No, I did not do Mighty Number 9.
Poor Quinn.
I did what you call it? I can't remember what the name is because now it's been so long. But I paid for it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they email us every month of like, hey, this is what we're doing. But it's like, I'm glad that they keep informing us on like
Mhm.
when a game, like what they're doing and what they're trying to get done. But it seems like there's a lot of care that's going into the game,
Mhm.
and like that's the thing about we're not video game creators, and it's like when
Says
we
you.
are you're doing your little doodles on your
Yeah, don't
Microsoft
worry about that.
Paint and stuff. Um,
It'll be big.
one of these days
I'm
you'll
I'm
release
delaying it.
spring 2019 coming out actually. But yeah, I mean like it's just those times where you're I'd rather you just take your time, finish the game. If it means like the blade of grass gets high res than the like pixelated grass that it sometimes those little details make the world for that game. And if that's the environment, if the environment is a big deal, then I'd rather them take their time, finish the environment, and like throw that in there. But you can definitely see games that get rushed, and it's like when you do your homework at like the last minute, and you're like, oh well, I mean you wouldn't know anything about this, but there's but when you're kind of just okay, here it is, instead of taking the time to like reread it over and trying to turn it in, kind of thing.
Yeah, for me, like I said, for me, it's all about the circumstances behind the delay. Most of the time, if there's a delay, I don't really care personally. So especially if I've pre-ordered the game, or if I'm like really, really wanting to get my hands on it, I'm perfectly fine with them adding more polish, getting rid of some more bugs. But like if you hear that the delay is because of some sort of like there's turmoil within the dev team or anything like that, then that's just kind of like.
That's just the weekly EA newsletter right there. Like with Amy Heading getting thrown away, and I don't even know. There's like just so many things. Man, that was kind of a short topic. I don't know.
I'm kind of like David, but like I'm even less so. Like to me, the circumstances don't really matter. I guess because maybe I'm not that much of a. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that much of a fan of a lot of things. So like, if something got like delayed indefinitely, and it's just like, well, it's just not coming out, I'll be like, well, it's just not coming out.
Just tack that one up.
I'm not too brokenhearted, so it's just like, I don't know. The circumstances don't really matter to me, and like, if I'm gonna be getting the game and I'm like stoked for it or anything, nothing's gonna stop me. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually I like pre-order.
I mean, I deal with customers at work that like, what do you mean this game got delayed? Like when like Ark was like the physical copy of Ark 1.0 was delayed, and we had a sign out, and people were still like, why is this game delayed? And I'm like, it's like, dude, it's like they're just.
If you're following this game,
I
don't make Ark.
I know. Well, like that's the thing. They're like, why aren't you selling this game yet? I'm like, I don't have it to sell,
We're not making it in the back of it.
Yeah.
The little programmers.
Little guy slaving over a thing, like polishing the disc. Like, no, it's not ready yet.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird situation with
with
that Arc thing.
Yeah, well, the thing that
same with like what was We Happy Few is also getting that same treatment of like it's being delayed because it's getting the third
backing,
party.
It's getting the backing. 2K is like
2K's
funding
taking
the
over.
money, giving them
Who
money.
who picked up Arc?
Oh, I'm talking about We Happy Few.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
I don't think
like,
anybody picked up Arc.
How the heck did they get $60 on that game? All right.
No, that was a big controversy.
Yeah.
Remember that when it was
I know.
when it went from $30 to 60?
I think that's totally
an
fine.
official
Do
release.
you have Arc?
Fine.
Do you have Arc?
Yeah. I played it. Like I was one of the early adopters.
Yeah,
I'm a hipster with that.
Yeah, I mean you're a
That
Steam
game
person, so
that kind of sucked. I'm sorry. Like
no,
Arc
yeah,
was
I've already
fun.
talked about how
Arc
I
was
did
fun,
like
but it's kind of
$60.
stinky.
Yeah, you can actually pick up poop in that game.
It's pretty stinky. But I totally lost what I was gonna say.
It's really stinky.
No, well,
it's not good.
Well, you were saying something like you
$60.
Yeah,
you agree with the
jumped
$60?
Oh yeah. So like, there's like a big gripe on that. Like it being 30 in early access and then $60 when it comes out. I think that's totally fine because I don't know. I look at it more as like you're rewarding the people who got in early, and by the end, you're delivering a more complete product. So charging more for it is totally fair in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of this thing with I mean PUBG's right now $30, and so when that comes out, if it gets slapped with a $60 tag, it's gonna. I don't know if some people might be a little turning over rocks for it, but
well, I mean, is it still $30 on PC?
Suck it up. Yeah.
Even though it's 1.0 or something now.
Yeah. Same with Xbox. Xbox
is it still considered early access even though it's 1.0?
Yeah, it's still early access.
Still.
And then Xbox is game preview. But
yeah. Okay. I thought it had been officially released on PC. I didn't think it was considered
No.
still.
Still getting those updates. I have no idea when they're gonna be like Here you
like,
go.
Be like, "Mwah."
Yeah, this is it. Here's
Masterpiece.
PUBG.
Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like,
At this point, it's just constant updates. Of this, I don't
Yeah.
really know.
Speaking of PUBG, do you hear the rumors about Red
Are we-
Dead 2 getting battle royale
Oh
mode?
yeah, that's a very. I feel like that's an
That's
IGN
strange.
rumor of like it started there because I heard it on one of their podcasts and I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? And then it kind of just
Yeah.
got glossed over, and now I'm hearing it more. So is that
I think it's I don't know. Like I think it would fit the setting. I don't think
would
you're
it?
If
100-player cowboys
I've heard-
running around? Like, how are they gonna drop off into that?
No,
like
I
in a
think
hot
you
air
just-
balloon? They're
no, I
flying
think you'll
over.
probably just ride in on a horse and be like, here you go, basically.
It's a wagon,
you
and everybody hops off the wagon.
Yeah, it's a
in the
train.
sky.
No,
Yeah.
it's on the ground.
Yeah, no,
Oh, it's on the
They
ground.
just like tuck and roll out. It's like this really long like stretch.
But it's
stretch
just this
wagon.
road. It's not
Yeah.
even like a.
Yeah, it's just off, no, it's just off the train. It just cuts through the map.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
just,
Oh,
like,
dude,
jumps
there you
off.
go. That's
Everybody
it.
just like jumps off when they
David,
want.
they should hire you.
That's why they needed the delay. They're waiting for this video to come out so that.
Yeah.
They're gonna nab this idea.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
Patent pending.
I mean, because like it felt because back then, because I used to play the first Red Dead Online, and
Yeah, yeah.
quite often, and like I think I mentioned in a previous video, like the first thing I would do is I would go get the Mauser pistol because that was the best PvP weapon because it was automatic, like 10 or 12 shot pistol that would just dominate people in PvP because if people, and then you go get the
Pure
PvE
whore.
weapon, because like if somebody jumps you, you just switch to that, you just pop,
Yeah.
and they're gone,
pop,
and
pop,
it just kind of.
Pop pop.
It kind of already had that mentality
Yeah,
behind it,
yeah.
to where like you were kind of always had to watch your back because even if you're just doing PVE stuff, like somebody's just gonna roll up on you, and having that pistol was nice because nobody ever expected it.
No one rolls up
They'll-
on David.
Is that a
No.
shirt?
Yeah.
No one rolls up on David.
No one rolls up on David. I got my Mauser pistol. I'm ready to go.
Okay, locked and loaded.
Yeah, so I guess to wrap things up, last minute things. Any last minute things on video game delays?
Well, I think I just
Final thoughts, if you
Yeah.
will.
Final thoughts, yeah.
I don't know. I
Take
still
me over
yeah.
this
For me,
Look at me.
yeah, like for me, like I said, it's all about for me the circumstances. If a game gets delayed to a point to where it just doesn't get released, and I was excited for it, yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed. But if
Life moves on.
yeah, like I
Like
mean,
a train
like I
in Red
In a
Dead
desert.
Redemption. Look, full circle.
Beautiful. It's almost like we planned it.
Exactly.
but again, if there's controversy behind the delay, like the people on the team are leaving or stuff like that, then I get less excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I should have seen the warning flags with Andromeda, but I was too blinded by a new Mass Effect game to really.
I just realized like one of your Mass Effect things is like tipped over.
Oh, that's because
Looks
he's-
like a door knocker.
this guy,
Yeah.
the Archon. Yeah, it's because he's too top heavy, and so if he stands on his feet start to bend, and then he'll fall. Over. It's the
Wow.
same thing with Diva over there. Diva's laying on her back because if I stand tight, they're not balanced right.
Can you please not say that? Diva's laying on her back.
Over there.
Over there. Whoa, you guys
But
can
you
see this.
use your imagination though. Riley, any last minute things?
No, delay your games. Take forever.
Take forever.
I mean,
Take your
yeah,
time.
If the
Give me
game,
a good
if the,
game.
Time.
Yeah, if the game comes out better for it,
If it
I'm
comes out-
all for it.
Yeah, it's like the Nintendo thing where like they put so much care into things, they want it to come out perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's like a thing that just isn't a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No,
So-
I will 100% agree.
They're just
with
like,
that.
we'll
yeah.
fix it later. Just slap a couple band-aids on it. We're
Yeah,
good." So,
$60.
like,
here
Update
you
it later.
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like I'd rather them just deliver a complete game and then just call it good there.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like
People need to be more patient. That's all.
I got
Oh, they're not.
I talked about I think last episode about like me getting WWE 2K or wanting to get WWE 2K18 for the Switch
mm-hmm.
because it got so delayed because I wanted it portable, and last time it was portable it was on the PSP, so I wanted
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, I'm gonna look up the reviews before I go and get it, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about how like it's so buggy and like frames drop, and I'm like,
So you bought the
yikes.
deluxe edition.
No, yeah, exactly. I just spent $90. But that game came out like almost a month later, and then the Twitter handle of WWE 2K didn't even like announce it until like 3 days before the game came out, and it was like, whoa, okay, this is not good. And, like I don't know if they were trying to push it so that it would be out before 2018 or anything, but
Holiday
was-
season probably.
yeah, but it was not good. Not good.
Mm.
Yeah,
Darn.
take your time. Take your time, developers.
Us gamers will understand it and appreciate it, but
Us
like
gamers.
the just like the
Don't label me, David.
it's just like I said, I deal with a lot of customers at work that just don't follow gaming at all, and they don't understand it, and it can be frustrating because
Well, it's
you
just
know.
like it blows my mind that happens, because it's like the reason why they delay it is probably because they're still working on it.
Yeah.
Like it's like not that hard of a concept to grasp.
Right.
And it's not just
No. Yeah.
it's not just like
I spent
games.
my hard-earned money
That's
to pay
like-
for it right now.
That's like, it's like going to a restaurant and then they're like taking a while on your steak or whatever, and it's like, why is it still taking so long? They're still cooking it, dude. Like, I gotta bring it out here raw. Come on now. Like, yeah,
That's a good analogy.
Yeah,
Thank
that is
you,
a good
Riley.
analogy.
Thank you, Riley.
that's why you guys brought me here.
Exactly.
My analogies.
We're moving on.